Everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, I would be going to discuss about chapter 2 polynomial Cbse standard and mathematics. This is part 5. In this video, cover relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. First, zeros of the polynomial. Here on polynomial, p of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. Replace x by 1. Then p of 1 is equal to 0. Another number x by 3, p of 3 also 0. Now 1 and 3 are the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 4x plus 3. So 1 and 3 zeros of the polynomial, then x minus 1, x minus 3. Product of x minus 1 and x minus 3. Opening the bracket. Now x square minus 3x minus x plus 3, x square minus 4x plus 3. This is the polynomial. So left hand side, product of factors x minus 1 and x minus 3. So x minus 1 and x minus 3 are factors of x square minus 4x plus 3. Conclusion, if p of x is a polynomial, p of a is equal to 0, then x minus a factor. P of 1 is equal to 0, then x minus 1 is the factor. P of 3 is equal to 0, then x minus 3 is the factor. P of minus a is equal to 0, then x plus a is the factor. If positive, then x minus a factor, negative, x plus a factor. If x minus a is a factor, then a is zeros of p of x. If x plus a is a factor, then minus a is zeros of the p of x. Converse also. P of a is equal to 0, x minus a factor. Converse, x minus a is a factor, then a is the zeros of p of x. P of minus a is equal to 0, then x plus a is a factor. Converse, if x plus a is a factor, then minus a is the zeros of the p of x. So this is the zeros of the polynomial. Which real number? Replace x, the value of the polynomial is 0. Then the replacing real number is zeros of the polynomial. Then derivation. If alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, a not equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, then left bx plus c is linear polynomial. So quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, a not equal to 0. X minus alpha and x minus beta are factors of ax square plus bx plus c. First, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Divide a in all the time. A upon a, x square plus b upon a into x plus c upon a is equal to 0 upon a. Now a upon a 1, then x square plus b upon ax plus c upon a is equal to 0, equation 1. X minus alpha and x minus beta are factors, then product. X minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0. This is identity, x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. Equation 2, compare equation 1 and 2. Right hand side is 0, so left hand side are equal. X square plus b upon ax plus c upon a is equal to x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. X square cancel. Then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. And alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Alpha and beta are zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Then sum of 0 is equal to minus b upon a. Minus b upon a means, first, coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Product of 0, constant term upon coefficient of x square. Sum of 0 is equal to coefficient of minus into coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Product of 0 is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square. This is the derivation of quadratic zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Sum of 0 is equal to minus b upon a and product of 0 is equal to c upon a. Then example 2, find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square plus 7x plus 10 and verify the relationship between the zeros of the coefficient. First, the quadratic polynomial x square plus 7x plus 10. First, find the zeros of x square plus 7x plus 10. Product of two number 10 and sum of same two number 7. Factors of 10 1, 2, 5. 2 and 5 is fit in this condition. 2 into 5 10 and 2 plus 5 is 7. So 2 and 5 that number. So 7x split into 5 plus 2 and 10 2 into 5. X square plus 5x plus 2x is 7x. 2 into 5. In first two time x common, then x plus 5 left. Third time, fourth time 2 is common, then x plus 5. Now x plus 5 into first two time x plus y is common factor. X plus 5 left x, here 2. X plus 5 and x plus 2 is a factor. X minus a is a factor, then a is 0, so p of x. If x plus a is a factor, then minus a is zeros of the p of x. S plus 5 is factor, then minus 5. And x plus 2, minus 2 are zeros of the given polynomial. Then relationship. Sum of zeros, minus 5 plus minus 2 is equal to minus 7. Then coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x minus 7. X square 1. That is minus 7 by 1. Then coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square minus 7. Now see sum of 0 is equal to minus 7. And minus into coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square is equal to minus 7. Right hand side equal, then left hand side equal. Sum of 0 is equal to minus into coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Then product of 0, minus 5 into minus 2 is equal to 10. Then constant term upon coefficient of x square. 10 upon 1, 1. 10 upon 1, 10. Now, here to product of 0, 10. Constant term upon coefficient of x square also 10. Right hand side equal, then left hand side also equal. Product of 0 is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square. Example 3, find the zeros of polynomial x square minus 3 and verify the relationship between the x zeros and coefficients. X square minus 3, the second time is not given, so 0x minus 3. X square minus 3, 3 is equal to root 3 into root 3, 3 is equal to root 3 whole square. X square minus 3 is equal to x square minus root 3 whole square. A minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. So this is a square minus b square form. X square minus root 3 whole square is equal to x minus root 3 into x plus root 3. So x minus root 3 and x plus root 3 are factors. X minus root 3 and x plus root 3 are factors. Then minus root 3 and root 3 are zeros. Then sum of zeros, minus root 3 plus root 3 like time. Sum of 0 is 0. One is like time, one is negative, one is positive, then 0. Minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x is 0. 0 upon 1, 0. So here sum of zeros, 0. Coefficient of minus into coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square is 0. Right hand side equal, then left hand side also equal. Sum of zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Then product of zeros, minus into root 3 into root 3. Root 3 into root 3, 3 minus 3. Product of 0 is equal to minus 3. Constant term upon coefficient of x square, constant term minus 3. Coefficient of x square 1. That is constant term upon coefficient of x square is equal to minus 3. Here right hand side are equal, then left hand side also equal. Product of zeros is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square. Find a quadratic polynomial. The sum and product of whose zeros are minus 3 and 2 respectively. Solution. Sum of zeros minus 3 and product of 0 is equal to 2. Sum of 0 alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3. Then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Minus b upon a is equal to minus 3. Here b is minus minus cancel. B is equal to 3. A is equal. This is minus 3 upon 1. So a is equal to 1. Alpha into beta, product of 0, 2 is given. Alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. C upon a is equal to 2. C is equal to 2. The standard form is equal to x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to x square plus alpha plus beta minus 3. Here minus into minus plus 3x. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3. Here on minus is there, minus into minus plus, so plus 3x. Last alpha into beta is equal to 2. The polynomial is x square plus 3x plus 2. So here over the relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. Zeros and coefficient of a polynomial, the relationship between sum of 0 is equal to minus b upon a and product of 0 is equal to c upon a. Ax square plus bx plus c, sum of 0 is equal to minus b upon a and product is equal to c upon a. Sum of 0 is equal to minus into coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Product of 0 is equal to constant time upon coefficient of x square. Here over. Thank you for watching.